These were consistent estimates. This was a consistent guidance in line with what they laid out last year for the full year as well. But it definitely signaled that the world's largest retailer, Walmart, isn't immune to the risks that are out there for the broader economic environment. Granted, Walmart has historically given conservative outlook to start the year off. But this definitely showed, and they used the word uncertain. I haven't checked, but a number of times on their analyst call. That was sort of like the theme of the call.
What else did they say for this, I guess we could call it, conservative or negative outlook? Did they mention it's because consumers are pulling back, people are looking for bargains? I guess, what did we learn about the consumer in this report?
Yeah, it wasn't negative. It was in line with what they offered last year, 3 to 4% growth. But I think, I think that's taking into account near-term investments. So they mentioned things like consumer trends and near-term investments, like the cost of the acquisition of the smart TV maker Vizio. We're still seeing those costs take a hit on the bottom line. But yeah, they said they haven't incorporated yet the risk of tariffs into their guidance. We also saw U.S. retail sales dip in January and core inflation pick up. So I think those are all things that are weighing on retailers, and Walmart certainly isn't immune.
How about on the tariff front? I mean, I'm looking at the Bloomberg News right up here. Talk about tariffs. Walmart imports food from Mexico and general merchandise products like microwaves from China. What are they saying about tariffs? Is that incorporated in their guidance?
They said they have not incorporated tariffs into their guidance before. Tariffs aren't new for a company like Walmart. Obviously, we saw import tariffs, during the last Trump administration. But they're doing what we've seen most companies do so far this year, which is say, it's uncertain, we're not sure what's going to happen, and we're not incorporating tariffs into our guidance yet. But food prices were up for them. General merchandising prices, I think, came down a little bit.
I actually learned something new about Walmart today.
Go.
And that's that you can buy a pre-owned Chanel bag through their website. So I guess they're getting into online sales. They're beefing up their digital operation to include items like collectibles and pre-owned Chanel bags.
Wow.
How do you think about that? I mean, luxury items at a discount retailer.
Yeah, so Walmart is still small compared to Amazon, but in terms of e-commerce, but that's an area where they're just continuing to see huge growth in e-commerce in their marketplace. So that is something that you'll continue to hear them talk a lot about, and there's a ton of upside there. Pharmacy delivery was another one that they shouted out today. That's a new business for them. So these newer businesses continue to grow a lot for Walmart, and they would say there's still a big runway there when it comes to competing with Amazon.